Today we're replacing both head gaskets on a 1999 Pontiac Grand Prix GTP. So I'm going to take the engine cover off first, this little plastic nut, and then in the front here you have to sort of twist off where you pour the oil in. You're going to lift this off, and it's hooked into the back. You just have to move it to the side. There you go. Next we're going to disconnect the negative battery terminal. 8mm. Just push it out of the way so it doesn't fling back up. Okay, so now we're under the car. If you see that little green tab there, that's the petcock to the radiator where you drain it. So, and there's this splash shield here that we need to take off, and it just has these 10mm bolts on the bottom side. I think there's about 3 or 4 of them. So I'm going to take those off next. Get something to hold the coolant in. That's the drain for the radiator. Looks like it's broken. Okay, that thing's not cooperating, so I'm just going to disconnect the lower radiator hose right here, because we need to get the coolant out of here. There we go. Next we're going to take off the intake assembly, the intake snorkel, and the airbox. So we're going to disconnect the intake air temperature sensor right here, and then remove the screw clamp right here, and take it off. There are 2 8mm bolts holding this airbox on. Now, should be able to pry the airbox out of there. Oh, you know what? This crossover is getting in the way. So this thing can be kind of stubborn to come off. You need some. I like to get a pry bar or 2 and stick it in there. There we go. Okay, this crossover is kind of getting in the way of taking the airbox out. So I'm just got there 13s, 2 here, 1 here. I'm gonna take them off. Little wiring harness connected right here. So just take that out of there. Now the airbox can come out. Okay, next we need to remove the torque struts or the strut brackets. All these are for is what it stops the engine from rolling back and forth as it moves. These aren't super critical engine mounts, so you can take them off and the engine's not going to fall on you. So now I'm going to disconnect all the spark plug wires and just move them out of the way. I'm going to leave those back spark plugs out for now because they are a pain to get to. Okay, so I want to remove the drive belt next, and there's a whole bunch of stuff in the way on this left hand side. So I'm going to take off this fuse box and the overflow tank. Fuse box has a little nut type thing up here that I'm going to take off. I believe that's the only thing holding it on. And let me just thread that back on so I don't lose it. And there's a little clamp down here. So I really want to get that fuse box out of the way. So I think I'm going to take the battery off and this side thing off just to get room. I mean, it only takes a couple minutes and I'll have a lot more room. Little wiring harness being held in here. Just gonna pinch the sides and then push it through. There. I'm just gonna disconnect the positive side. Okay, so the overflow tank has 2 10s on it. I'm just going to thread these back on so I don't lose them. Okay, it looks like it just has one hose that it attaches to. Oh, I can just pull it off. That to the side. Take this out of there. So now we have all kinds of room over here. This is the tensioner. I'm just gonna pull on it like this. This is a 15 millimeter. It's gonna loosen the belt. And then I'm going to slip the belt off and then loosen the wrench. And there goes the belt. This belt is in pretty awful shape. You can see it's cracking and it needs to be replaced. Both these belts are like this. Okay, we got another tensioner over here for the other drive belt. Gotta turn it to the left. It's going to loosen. Turn it to the left. It's going to loosen the belt. And then we're going to pull it off the alternator pulley. There you go. Take the wrench off. And then remove the belt. This belt is in not as bad shape, but there's still some cracks in it, so I'm still going to replace it. Okay, so now I want to start taking off the exhaust manifold. You got some rusty bolts here, they're 13s. Okay, I'm just going to speed things up a bit here. I'm just removing the exhaust manifold bolts. I would break them loose with a wrench and then get the rest out with my impact. I think there were 7 bolts, 6 were for the actual exhaust ports coming off the engine, and then there was 1 bolt holding on a bracket on the right hand side. Okay, now we have the 2 flange bolts. They're 13s. Now we should be able to take the manifold off. There it is. And I don't know if you can hear that, but this was making a lot of noise.